All right, so most freelancers are one bad month away from complete financial disaster. And it's definitely not because they don't earn enough. It's because they treat their business like a hobby when it comes to money. Today, I'm gonna be showing you the exact 3-pillar system that keeps my freelance business profitable for multiple years, even during the lean months. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jack Montatabis. I've been a YouTube video editor for over 5 years. Honestly, I need to do the calculation. I think it's been like almost 8-9 years. I live in Southern California, one of the most expensive places in this country. And I'm able to live a very fulfilling, fruitful life with just an hour or two of work a day. If you're freelancing without a financial plan, you are truly flying blind. Today's video covers 3 non-negotiables. Number 1 is gonna be taxes. This is boring, but you guys need to hear it. Number 2 is gonna be investing. This is where it gets a little bit more fun. And number 3 is gonna be net worth tracking so that you guys stay sane and also know how much leeway and runway you have. Financial stuff is confusing, so I'm gonna be breaking it down very, very simply for you. Alrighty, so step 1 is going to be taxes. Yay! People love taxes. I'm super active over on Twitter, and let me tell you, people are doing wild shit by not paying. All right, so taxes don't need to be scary, and you also definitely need to pay them. Whenever you get paid, so this is gonna be step number 1. Let's say you get a nice $5,000 buckaroonies from video editing, copywriting, whatever it is that you do. Step 2, after getting paid, is going to be opening a QuickBooks account. You need to link all of your bank accounts and credit cards. And then you need to go through and categorize, is this a business expense or is this a personal expense? Now remember, you only ever pay taxes for the year that you're in. So let's say you started freelancing a month ago, you only need to be categorizing expenses from this year. So I'm gonna use a big financial term here. Categorize year-to-date transactions as either business or personal. Go ahead and look up what constitutes a business expense or a personal expense. Step 3 is going to help you categorize what is business or personal. Step 3 is get an accountant. When you get your accountant, you can ask them, tell them what you're doing, tell them what your business is, and ask them what can be categorized as business, what can be categorized as personal. For example, for me, this microphone, this was a business expense. I use it for client calls, I use it for content creation, which is a business. My computer, I literally only ever use it for work. Believe it or not, I edit gaming videos for a living, but I never play video games. This ring light that I have focused on me right now, business expense, because I use it for business. Personal expenses would be like the groceries that I got for dinner tonight, the gas for my car, the food for my dogs. I have 2 dogs sitting down here right now. It's pretty simple, and you shouldn't be sneaky with it. Like legitimately, just if it's for business, it's for business. If it's personal, it's personal. Don't be an idiot. Your accountant should tell you the same thing, and they will help you figure out what is business, what is personal. So let's do a quick recap. You've made $5,000. You've set up a QuickBooks account. You've linked all of your accounts, so your bank accounts, your cards. You've categorized the year-to-date transactions as either business or personal. You got an accountant. You asked the accountant some questions. And now step 4 is going to be to figure out how much you owe in taxes. So let's say you're starting with $5,000 and you've found out that you have just about $1,200 in business expenses. I just realized I could have made these numbers way easier for me, but we're gonna do it the hard way because this is a better learning experience. So now you have $3,800 of taxable income. So this is my simplified way of understanding how much I owe, and it helps me on the day-to-day know how much money I have. Your accountant may tell you to do something differently. Do that, do whatever the accountant says, but also do this just for peace of mind. So like I just said, we have $3,800. Go over to this website. It's a federal income tax calculator. Type in your location and type in $3,800 because that's how much I've made so far this year. Down here, you're gonna see the total income taxes. We're sitting at $291. Because I've made so little, state taxes don't hit yet, local taxes don't hit. But the sneaky thing here is it's $291 plus an additional 7.65% for FICA. If you're employed with a company, they pay the other half of FICA. So FICA is a 15% tax. If you're employed with a company, you're paying 7.65%. because we're self-employed, we need to make up that difference right there. So our total taxes due are $291, so the total income taxes, plus the FICA $291. So I owe $582 in taxes. That means we are looking at $3,218 of profit. That's pretty good. And what I need you guys to do is every single time you get paid, you go into QuickBooks, you categorize as business or personal, and you redo these calculations with this website right here. That $582 is now gone. To be stricter with yourself, put it in another account. Like open a high yield savings account or just a savings account and put the $582 that you owe in taxes into that account and never touch it. That's the government's, not yours. And the reason that I say to do this every single time you get paid is because things change a lot when you're self-employed and as a freelancer. Some months you'll be making a lot, other months you won't be making as much. So just constantly updating this is really, really good. And like I said, always talk to your accountant. Your accountant will give you more things to do, but this is my simple way of understanding how much money I have, how much I've made, etc. It's really helpful and really easy. All right, so now we're on to step number 2, which is investing. This is where it gets a little bit more fun. I have been investing for a while. I'm sure you've heard all the advice, or I'm hoping you heard all the advice that you need to invest for the long term. And as freelancers, some months may be bad, some years may be bad. So it's good if we're investing all the time when we can. So this is my stock portfolio with Robinhood. I have a link down below. You guys can get a free stock if you sign up with my link. It could be valued between $5 and $200. So it's a no-brainer to click down below and sign up, okay? So as you can see over here, I'm invested in VTI. VTI tracks the entire stock market. I'm invested in VOO, which is Vanguard S&P 500. So these are like the 500 most valuable companies in the US. And then because of tariffs, I've put a little bit of money into emerging markets. So these are going to be global economies. Think countries that are like up and coming. They've been getting a lot of investment. So there's a lot of industry there. And I've been investing in utilities index funds. Utilities, think like gas, electricity, all this boring stuff. Now, I put the bulk of my investments into VTI and VOO. And then I put maybe 20% into VWO and FUTY. These two on the bottom here are kind of my insurance during these tariffs. As you can see, they're up right now. And year to date, which I went over earlier in this video, what that means, they're up, where these two stocks are down. So this is kind of just keeping my portfolio a little bit more balanced. These two are where a lot of growth are going to come from during good times. And because I've been investing for a while, I've had a lot of returns. Here's what I recommend to do. Once you do your taxes, your tax estimates for a few months, figure out how much money you have, figure out how much money you're spending, which QuickBooks can help you with, and then see how much you have left over. I'm putting $1,000 a month into the stock market. But let's say for you, it's only $50. That's the only thing that makes sense. Do it. Just because it's $50, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be anything. It's actually going to go a really long way. Because if you invest $50 every single month for 10 years and the stock market averages a 6% return, you'll be making an extra $2,100 by the end of it. So please, guys, invest. Robinhood lets you invest even just like $10. It's a no-brainer to be doing this. Follow my strategy as well because it's worked for me. It's safe. It's what anybody's going to recommend. All right, so now we're on to the final pillar here, which is your net worth. This is kind of like mentally jerking yourself off, or it's punching yourself in the head telling you that you need to fix some stuff. It's important. It's very important. So what is net worth? I'm sure you guys hear this a lot. It's assets minus liabilities. What are liabilities? Liabilities are going to be debt. That's usually the biggest one. That's the one that I'm most concerned about. So let's do a little sample breakdown so that you guys can understand. On the assets side, I'm going to say I have a computer, which is worth about $2,500. I have a car that is worth about, let's say, $35,000. I have my investments, which if you guys are investing all the time, just check, see how much you got. It is an asset. And today my investments are around like $12,000. And then I have some cash, and cash is like anything in your bank accounts, which is $5,000. Now let's go over to debts. This is the fun part. I have some student loans, unfortunately. Even though I'm just editing YouTube videos, I have some student loans. Let's say these are at $5,000. Now, I have a car, and that's worth $35,000, but I took out a loan for it. And right now, I still owe 20 grand on that. And then, I mean, you guys shouldn't have credit card debt, but let's just say for the sake of this, I have $2,000 in credit card debt. Seriously, avoid credit card debt. Pay it off immediately. Like, that's the number one thing that you need to take care of. It's just bad. It's very bad. So my total debts are sitting at $27,000, and my total assets are sitting at $54,500. So now what you do is you do your assets minus your liabilities, and I have a positive net worth of $27,500. Now, earlier I said this can be mentally jerking yourself off, or it can be a smack in the head. This is pretty good, believe it or not. A lot of people don't have a very good net worth. People take on a lot of credit card debt. They take on a lot in student loans. They buy cars that they don't need. So for this hypothetical situation, being at a positive net worth of $27,500, that's pretty good. But this could be flipped. The liabilities could be $60,000 and the assets could be $20,000. Then you have a negative $40,000 net worth. You want to be in the positive. So here are some freelancer specific strategies based on everything that we've talked about so far. Definitely invest a little bit a month, but before you invest a penny, you need 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. Freelance income is unpredictable, like I've talked about. So if you followed step 1, the first pillar, and you set up that QuickBooks account and you understand how much you're spending and how much you're able to save and or invest, use that to set up the emergency fund because you'll know how much you're spending every month. And then rule number 2, which we kind of just went over, is keeping debt minimal. Try to be at a positive net worth, or at least, I mean, if you're in a bad situation, try to get to 0. Just break even. I've seen freelancers with $50,000 years, which is not a lot anymore, get destroyed by $500 in credit card payments. So my ultimate advice here is financial security as a freelancer isn't so much about making more. It's about maintaining what you have so that you can rough out the tough months and come out ahead when everybody else fails and falls behind. So start with taxes, tracking your personal expenses, your business expenses. Build an investing habit. Like I said, you can do it with like $10 a month, and track your progress with that net worth calculation. I have links to all the tools that I use down below. Good luck, guys. If you have any questions, shoot them down below. I've been able to do pretty good with these strategies.